Hello, everyone. Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 sitting right over here in front of me. We're here tonight on Monday night. What is it, the 14th? 14th is supposed to be a good day. I haven't been on a lot today. I know I was driving my car a little bit ago, and as I was driving, I was listening to Restored Republic, and ding, 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 ding. I'm thinking, come on, guys, give me a chance to listen. But I appreciate and love everything you guys do for us. I do have some good news that one of our true patriots, Linda, her son is home from the Philippines. He went on vacation there, and he's home and he's healthy. Had himself some spaghetti last night for supper. Welcome home. I know Linda's happy. Unfortunately, he had to go back to work today. That's the bummer part. You know, that's the part. I'm not going to say I don't miss it because I do. I miss working. I had a situation with a job that for 30 years I worked at the place, almost 30 years, and for 25 years Ron worked at the place. So for 25 years, you know, me and my brother, my partner, we worked together. And, you know, we weren't as fortunate as our brother Russ, who, when my dad worked, my brother Russ was able to work with my dad for a few years. But my brother Russ also worked there. We had the three. We're not known as Ralph, Ron, and Russ, or Ron, Russ, and Ralph. We're known as the three Anderson boys. When someone sees us, say, yeah, I know you. I know you're one of the Anderson boys. You know, 70 years old, 2 kids, 5 grandkids, and still considered a boy. But that's okay, because the day my mom died, I was still considered her baby boy. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So we're going to get into some things tonight. We're going to talk about some things. We might touch a nerve or two, but we're going to do what we're going to do. I got a story about trying to be scammed, and, you know, be careful, guys. I'll get into that, but I do want to talk about the kids and Jimmy and Dad and the rest of the kids. I think Larry, and I don't know the 2 girls' names. I'm going to have to learn them. I have to learn all of their names. But they went to Grandpa's house over the weekend, which I think Dad said it's either a 4 or 6 hour trip. And he's going to sell his house and come stay with them, which is good for them. And it's good for him, too, because he's going to get to spend some quality time with 3 amazing young kids. And we all know how amazing Jimmy is, and the baby at 2 years old, you know. But the other little girl and the older boy literally, now guys, I want you to listen to this. He's literally decided to finish school at home so Dad can go back to work and he can take care of the kids while they're being schooled at home. This boy's going to be, I believe, 17 in November, and taking on responsibilities like that, it really shows me a lot of love and class from this young man. And I really anticipate being able to meet him. I believe his name is Larry, if I'm not wrong. If I am, I apologize. But they're a great family. Jimmy, what you wrote me today, I will reply to it, but I'm going to reply a little bit here in one way. And I'm going to say one thing. I know you didn't mean what you said. You didn't have to apologize. I knew it. You miss your mom. You're frustrated. You're lonely. And if you were any other way, I think that you need to seek some attention, help with that. But no, what you said was understandable. And if you've noticed, buddy, I've shied away from them. But now that I know you really do still believe in them, we can talk about it. And I believe that we are right there to get these beds right there to get them. So hang in there. It's all going to be good. We're all going to make everything good. I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight, 56 people. Richard Lemkin, Ian Bell, Jana's here. Hey, Jana, how you doing? Jana, I'm going to tell you right now, and I think you're going to agree with me, Ohio State got cheated. I'm not an Ohio State fan. Matter of fact, I used to be more of an Oregon fan because I always loved their uniforms. But they got cheated like you would not believe. It just shows how ruthless football is. They even tried cheating my Illini. But they couldn't do it because my Illini coach outwitted the referees. Them referees, they literally walked off the field that day like this, shaking their head, scratching their head. How did they let that one get away to Illinois? But in the Ohio State-Oregon game, and if there's Oregon fans here, I'm not cutting your team down. You got a great team. But Ohio State should have won that ball game. They took that right away from them. So, Patriot 11, I'm just going to keep talking to you. I'm going to keep talking for you. I'm going to keep rooting for you, buddy, until you get in touch with me. I know you're still there. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp, who was actually Blake, or one of them is Blake. I don't know if you guys seen it, but Michelle, their mom, put out a thing on Facebook thanking everybody who wished him a happy birthday, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Blake. Happy birthday to you. And we know and we hope and pray you're going to have many, many, many more, and a lot more minis after that. Great kids, good-looking kids. We love them all. Patriot Princess, our little queen. I got to keep putting in the little queen now, Princess, because I got two granddaughters that was in a parade, and they was both princesses in the parade. So you're our number one princess because you're the founding princess on this show. You earned the name. And forever you will be our princess, our queen, our ball player. And when I see pictures of you and your smile, it just melts my heart. Hunter, like to know how you're doing in school. How you doing with them girls, buddy? I got a feeling you're knocking it out of the park there. You know, your sister's been trying to hit homers all year, and she did hit one. I did see she got a homer, when was that last game she played? 3 girls on her team got one. So I read your stuff, Jana. I know what's going on with our kids. But Hunter, she's been trying to knock one out of the park, and I got a feeling you're knocking them out of the park with them young girls. You're a fine-looking young man. Patriot Boogie, Boogs, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo. Talk about a proud grandpa sending pictures, posting pictures. Every place I go, your pictures are there. I go to my email, your pictures are there. I go to Signal, your pictures are there. I go to Telegram, your pictures are there. John, how come you ain't putting any up here? You're a good man, John. And then we have Patriot Little Leona and Little Leilana. What beautiful little girls. What beautiful little girls. One of them just, Leona, will always have my heart. Every time I look at her, I think about her, I see a picture of her, I think of my mom, because that's who she's named after. Little Leilana is the same way. I see a picture and I just think of my Aunt Lonnie. Her name was Leilan. I didn't know it for a long time. It was weird when I had an Aunt Lonnie, and then I had a brother-in-law named Lonnie. You know, He was a douchebag, though. Nah, I'm not just kidding. He was a police officer. Yeah. Tell you a story about my brother-in-law, Barney Fife, Ronnie calls him. I used to call him Barney Fife, One Bullet Barney. And we was having a Thanksgiving day at their house one day. And I said something about One Bullet Barney. He grabbed me, took me by the nape of the neck and pushed me into the bedroom. I'm thinking, no, I don't do guys, man. You know, he grabs his gun. He shows me all his bullets and says, this looks like One Bullet Barney to you. I got to him. But the story I want to tell you is when he first went on the show, he was fast. Not as fast as me and Ron when we was in our prime, but he was fast. And one of his very first calls, he's in a neighborhood that have a lot of black people. This one black kid did something and he took off running him. They went through the yards, over the fences, over the bushes, just kept going for almost 4 blocks. You see these TV shows where they're chasing 3 and 4 blocks? That's exactly what he was. And when he finally got done, the last house where he caught the young man at, I don't know if he caught him because of his speed or he was just able to keep his breath longer than the other kid was able to keep his. This old, imagine he's back in the old days when these little old black men would sit on their porch drinking their jug. And that's what I meant. He said, this old boy was sitting there drinking his big 16-ounce Budweiser. And he looked at me and he said, you were the fastest white man I ever seen in my life. Now he said it a little bit differently. He said it with a word that begins with you could misconstrue it for mom and something kinds of rhymes with duck in there, but that was the story. That was we teased him about that story. We teased him about One Bullet Barney, but he's a good guy. And yeah, I got off base a little bit there, but we have great kids here, and Patriot super gymnast who all the kids had school off here today for Columbus Day. Bill Woods is here. Ann is here. Janet's here. Elaine is here. Jeffrey. Russ is here. That's my brother's name, Russ. I think I've told you that. Ron Anderson is in the house.
No shit.
Oh, did you hear him? He got potty mouth. But anyway, Patriot super gymnast. She's a tremendous kid. And how do you do it, Jana? How do you do it, you guys, with the kids, with a grandson and a granddaughter that's growing up? My little super gymnast, she's 10 years old. And I took them out to eat the other day. They had half day Friday off. We went out to eat. We're sitting there and she goes, who's the best dresser at the table? And I said, well, that would be me. I had all of my stuff on, and she goes, no, I'm the most stylish. And I looked and I couldn't argue with her. The little girl can take just about any outfit and look amazing. Now, this is coming from the words of a grandpa that loves her more than anything in the world. Then you have Patriot 7, who I heard reports that he went hunting today. I heard a report at a 9-year-old, he got a deer. That doesn't do anything for me, but I will give him the courtesy to talk about it. I don't like deer hunting. I don't like. They do put a stop to it. I don't believe in doing things like that, but that's me, guys. It is what it is. So we have that. We have Patriot Small Hank, who at about 2:00 in the morning, Saturday morning, will be getting in a car to go to O'Hare Airport to fly to Jamaica with mommy, daddy, and Patriot little Kira. They're going there, and he said, are you going to give me any money? And I said, no, but you can earn it. He said, how? I said, you do the kitty litter box. I have 6 kitty litter boxes. I have 6 kitties. You do the kitty litter boxes all day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before you go. That's 1 week. and I'll give you $10. He goes, really? And I said, yeah, no, let it be known he's going to go to a resort with his mom and dad, and everything there is free. I mean, once they get there, everything is free. They won't even allow you to tip anybody there. When I went 5 years ago with them, I give a girl a $20 tip. She had been taking care of me for almost a week, getting me my drinks and really being nice to me. And I'm used to tipping. I reached in my pocket and I handed her a 20. She says, what's this for? I said, it's your tip. You've taken really good care of me. And I felt bad about doing that. She said, I can't take that. I said, what do you mean you can't take it? She says, I can't take that. I said, oh, we're not allowed to take tips. So we didn't come back. I don't remember what day we came back, but she wasn't going to be working the final day we come back. So we went out to eat supper, and she was a bartender at the bar. And it was funny because I got my drink for supper. Let's put it this way. I wasn't going to drink a whole lot of them if I was going to eat supper. My son got his, and it was good. My son reached over and took a drink of mine. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I'm the one that paid for this trip. Why am I not getting the alcohol? I said, you don't know how to make girls smile. So afterwards, my daughter-in-law and little Hank went back to the room. We didn't have Kira yet. They go back to the room, and me and Brandon went to the bar, and we sat at the bar, and we're sitting there. And I said, you can make his drinks like mine if you don't mind. She said, okay. Well, then he left, and I'm sitting at the bar, and she said, oh, I'm off work. I said, well, would you like me to walk you back to your room? And she said, yeah. So we're walking back to the room, and I just had to take her hand. And when I held her hand, I walked, and we're kind of swinging our arms like this, walking. And when I let go, she smiled. She got her $20 tip. Matter of fact, she got a $40 tip because my son had given me $20 because we had this plan to do it that way. So you do what you do. You treat people right. You know, you just do that. So then we got little monkey is our last child to talk about. And yesterday, I had been trying to get a hold of my daughter. And what are we doing this weekend? The Bears played at 8:30 in the morning yesterday. My daughter didn't tell me anything they was doing Saturday and Sunday. And I said, well, how about Monday we get together and we go up to the park and let the kids play, and we'll take them to all of the stuff up there. And we don't have to go out to lunch. We just take them up there and we'll come home and we'll give them a day. She never answered. Well, the reason they didn't answer is because that's what they did. But yesterday they went over to Grandma Bo's granddaughter's house, my son-in-law's sisters. They live on a farm and they got kitties. And little Addison, little monkey, she picked up a little gray kitty, little bitty one. And she looks at her mommy and she said, Mommy, take my picture, take my picture, take my picture. So her mommy took the picture and it was so cute. And she says, now send it to my grandpa. And they did. She sent me a message and she says, Grandpa, I hoped we could spend some time together today or tomorrow, but we're busy. So I just wanted to show you this picture of this little kitty. Truthfully, I think she wants me to take the kitty and bring it to my house so it can be hers, but at my house because Patriot 7 has allergies and he can't be around them. So that concludes the kids. Very long kid show tonight, but you know, guys, as we talk all the time, our show is basically the only show that discusses kids in any length, and it means so much to us. And you know, I can't wait till things happen. And let's do the pledge and let's do the music, and then we'll come back and we'll see what kind of show we can have tonight. Hey, Papa G, good to see you. Whenever I hear Papa G, I always think of pizza. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone for all life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd rather stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American. At least I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave them right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Yes, God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American. Whether people don't like the idea that I'm proud to be an American, I could give a rat's behoon about what they think. You know, a while back, one of our Patriots, before I go into that story, I got something else I want to say. I talked about Linda. I've talked about Jimmy and Mommy, and Jimmy sent me a message today that was very, very touching about his mom. He sent me a picture. I believe he said it was the last picture ever taken with his mommy, and he actually explained to me how she went. She left us. And it was very touching, and yes, I still get tears in my eyes when I think about her. And as I've talked to her husband, the dad, I believe his name is Jim, but I'm not sure. I apologize for that, but I know he's going to send me a message and tell me his name. He might have done it once, but I have so many names going on in my head that, but the family is hurting, guys, so please keep them in your prayers. Also, another one of our Patriots had what you might call a rough weekend. Marianne had the wake for her husband's aunt, who didn't have any children. It was just nieces and nephews. And they had the wake for that on Saturday, and then the funeral today. And I have not had a chance to talk to Marianne, but I do want to give her my condolences for her and her husband. and hope that they're doing okay. So keep them in your prayers. And anybody else that need in the prayers, if you pass it on around, I'll gladly mention you guys. So what I want to talk about starting off tonight is news. There's a place that there's a little monkey involved with the ears and that, and it's funny. And I'm not saying funny, ha, 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 laughing, but just using the term funny, how once this last storm wished all them tunnels away, and you know what I'm talking about, it stopped. It went from one that was supposed to be like the one that devastated these other places to just stopped. How? You know, and I know how. People with their eyes open. If we was to tell people that don't have their eyes open yet how it stopped, they'd look at you and they'd say, we're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They'd probably say a lot worse than that, but I'm just kind of being nice here. So there's where we are and things like that. But, just picture this. A hurricane just ripping. It was supposed to be a bigger one than the one that we just experienced where Trisha Patterson is living. And guys, also, Trisha has contacted me. Trisha, I seen you sent me a message again on TikTok. I'll answer it later tonight. But she's doing better. She has electricity. She's doing good. Evidently, she can get out a little bit because she said she was going to go restock. But see, Trisha's not going to go just restock for her. This woman is really helping a lot of people. She is helping a lot. And I know she's going to continue. So we have that there. But a subject I wanted to talk about, and it's stupidity. And I don't have a dictionary anymore, so I can't open it up and look and see if there's a picture by Dopey, or I have no idea what to call this guy that's running with her, the big P. We could say it stands for partner, but you know what I mean. The stories that's coming out about him. The stories that they're telling about him. It's really sad to think he would do that. Literally blackmail this foreign exchange student. Or he'd make sure that they lost their visa. These people are terrible. And when I say the word the big P, I know you guys all know what I'm talking about. And I just happened to look down over to see who was on, and I see Richard Pickle is on, and it's not for Richard Pickle. I could go there, but I won't. I just don't understand how mainstream media news can let all this stuff go. We don't have reporters anymore. We have puppets on a string. Puppets on a string. That's all we have. We have nobody, few people. That real good-looking blonde that used to be with Fox. Megyn Kelly, is it? She comes out and says something. But she's not a reporter anymore. I don't know if she quit or if she was fired. But I'm really kind of at a loss for words about what these people are doing. The things that these people are doing and getting away with. But if I heard right, not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow, it pretty much ends. If you listen to Restored Republic today, they come out and they say that there's supposed to be a couple major announcements today. I know I've heard the Hat come out and state that the cabal's reign ends this week. Okay. But think of what they've done. Think of what they've done to us. And I think knowing what they've done to us, for me, is my way to get through this, because this should have ended a long time ago. This shouldn't be where it is. You know it and I know it. But I think it's time, and I don't just think it's me saying it's time. But, there's a song, "Where's all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where's all the young men gone? Long, long time ago." And it goes on and says a lot of different things. Where's all the people that do the shows gone? I can remember I used to get 5 and 6 and 7 messages a day that this person is on, or this person is on, or this person is on. And you'd get all these people telling me this person is on, And I try to watch as many of them as I can. But, Wolfie will go away. And then when he finally comes back, it's the same thing. Well, I'm going to be leaving here in a little bit, guys, and you won't be seeing me no more. The same thing with the girl, Sky Prince, I think it is. 1 minute she's sky high, and I didn't mean that as a pun, but, she's just full of life. It's going to go within the next 2 hours. And then she comes out with one, and I got very disappointed, upset with it. I said something. Patriot Dana 1111 said she's pretty sure it was a fake. It was someone imitating her. I don't know. It might have been. But to me, when you make a dedication to do something like this, now, if Mary Ann was on, and anybody who's on that listens to Bruce, you guys can agree with me right now, or you can disagree. It's your decision. But right now, as much as I care for Bruce and his shows and his information, he's had Nuttenburgers for a long, long time. He has more than surpassed Mark Z in a Nuttenburger arena. I mean, but yet he keeps doing the hour and 20-minute shows, because Sue the other night, they did an hour and 18-minute show, and Bruce's was a little over 8 minutes. So for an hour and 10 minutes, they promoted Sue's program because Bob wasn't there. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, I got in this as a patriot, not to learn about Sue's golden bundles, her bronze bundles, her silver bundles, her platinum bundles. I could care less how many bundles that she has. Because, see, if I came up with all these bundles, and with the help of Eileen, she did it. I give her some ideas, but she did it. We put together a bundle that we just give away. Is it what we have to have? We don't know until we get there. But see, nobody knows exactly what you need. So to go from one bundle to another bundle to another, and I'd be willing to bet you that there's people that's bought all 4, 5, 6 bundles. And they're going to, when everything is done, they're still going to be happy, because they're going to go to the Redemption Center and probably not use one thing that she gave them. And I'm not cutting Sue down. If that's your way of making a living, all I'm saying is the Hat stated in more than one video, if you're doing this to take money, to make money off of people, and you're not doing this as a patriot, you're doing this just to make money, you will be dealt with at the end. And what scares me is Bruce don't take no money, but Bruce is getting a cutback from them other two. And wouldn't it be a shame that everything he's put into it, because of the golden bundles, because of the other products that they sell, that he would get everything taken away? That would just, to be honest with you, it'd break my heart, because we all need it. We all need it. We all deserve it. It's been taken from us for so long. I mean, if they want to take all of the currency we have and just take it and do that, just give us what we got coming from R&R, I'm fine. Pay off all my bills, I'm fine. Let me get on the bed and go back in time where I can live another 100, 150 years. If I was to run out of money, then they give me some more. If they want to go out and they want to get the people that are professionals. Now, remember, look at the stage our country is in. When I heard Sky Prince say, you may not be qualified to do a humanitarian project. She wasn't talking to me, but when she said it, I felt she was talking to me. Does any of you guys feel that way? You may not be qualified to run a project. Well, let's put it in this aspect. Look at who's been qualified to run projects for all these years, and look where the heck we are. I know I've changed, because right now I'd have dropped a couple bombs there saying that. Who's the judge who's qualified? Who taught someone how to be qualified? Did God himself actually come down and say, Ralph Anderson, you are qualified to do these? I don't think so. Because see, when Moses went up in the mountains, remember when he came down after all that time? He was white hair everywhere. Heck, I'm already white hair, the little bit I got. But we're going back in time, so I'm going to have a full head of hair, a dynamic smile. I'm going to be a handsome man. I know, Susie Q, you already think I am a handsome man. Yeah, I won't have to. Wow. I think God's reaching out to me. He just knocked one of my sparklies off my hat. Oh, maybe I need to go on a different avenue. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the things that are going on out there, and you hear nothing about. Nothing at all. Susie Q, I used to have one. Believe it or not, when I was younger, right about here, I had the thickest, darkest brown hair down to about that length. I went from the day I graduated, well, about 3 weeks before I graduated high school in 1972 until 1976 before I had a haircut. And I had a lot of hair. Unfortunately, I come from a grandparent on one side, a grandparent on the other side, a great-grandparent on one side, a great-grandparent on the other side, and a dad on both, my dad, who is bald. And I took after my dad. Ron did pretty good. Ron's got some hair. My brother Russ, he's got about 30 or 40, and he does real good fixing them babies up till they look good. Heck, I got to the point I don't care no more.
That's why you shaved your head.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I was just noticing I might have to shave my head this week. I'm trying to see what everybody's saying. Yeah, and I think so. No, I don't, because everybody sends her to me, so I gotta check it out. Yeah, you'll recognize me because I still have this dynamic smile, even if I have hair.
We're not going to change our ways.
But just think of the possibility. Guys, before we go any further, with these beds, we all know what they can do, but just think of the possibility. I mean, the girl that I write in the Ukraine, several years older than her. And when I tell her about, I can go back, I can actually be like I'm 30 years old, what they're saying. When I told her this once, she says, well, you'd be younger than me then. And I said, well, don't you want me to look the best I can? And she said, no, I like you just how you are. You know, and it's funny how when you find someone that really cares for you, I never got that in my marriage one time.
Just shave your head.
I won't go there. Golden arrow to everyone from Kentucky. I went to Kentucky. We're going to Kentucky. We're going to the fair to see the senoritas with ribbons in their hair. They'll hoot the hoochie coochie. They'll turn their selfer. That song there, my Mr. Kentuckian friend, we went to Kentucky one time. Had my 2 kids and my 1 niece in the car. They were young. I swear the trip down they sang that song 3/4 of the way. I was never so happy to get out of my car and grab a case of beer in my life. So there's so many things I would like to talk about that's going on. I mean, and you're going to get a chance to hear what I'm going to talk about because I don't know if I'm going to start it tonight or tomorrow, but I'm going to start like about a 6 or 7 small video series on TikTok, which I can transfer to Rumble, which we can transfer to everybody else. So anybody who wants to see it can see it. It doesn't have to just be, well, I don't have TikTok, I can't see it. And I'm going to discuss some things right off the bat of why I support the hat. And then I'm going to discuss different aspects. I'm going to discuss foreign currency. To go along with foreign currency, I'm going to discuss the foreign currency, how to go about doing it if you still want. And I had one of our dear people ask me the other day, do you think it's too late to buy? She's got plenty. It's just like me. I keep looking at foreign currency. I'm just getting the itch to buy more. And she asked me, do you think it'll be here? Well, even if it's not here, from way I understand it, as long as you've got your receipt, proof of purchase, they'll honor it at any time. I mean, it will definitely be here within 14 or 15 days. And this thing, when it starts, will run 14 to 15 days. But I have a thing of about 7 or 8 different things I want to put together. And they're only going to be like 3 or 4 minute, maybe 5-minute videos. But just run them in segment and put them up there on TikTok, take them over and put them over on Rumble. And then we can disperse them into Messenger. We can disperse them into Telegram, on Signal, and places like that. So you're going to get my real truthful feeling. I won't put it here because I'm not going to call the hat. I'm going to call him his name. I'm not going to call Dopey and Sleepy that. I'm going to call them their names. But I'm also going to talk about the kids and what they're doing to the kids. So we're not going to be able. I mean, here's the funny part. I can't put it on this channel. They would shut us down. But other people, they take other people's shows and they post them on their channel on YouTube, and they get away with it. You know, we got shut down once because I said something about a kid. And when they shut me down, I went in one day and I just started doing research. And I found over 1,000 videos that talked worse than what I said. Over 1,000. When I contacted them, I says, why did we get taken down? Because it was inappropriate for your show. So I guess we have different rules. But it doesn't matter. We're okay. But I'm going to do that. But let's see what we have. Oh. Margaret sent an attachment. Let's see what it says. Okay. Dan Scavino Jr. says, breaking news, Madison Square Garden. I think the hat was there. Then they got a picture, 10/27/24. 10/27/24. The hat with his blue suit, red tie, standing where you can see people standing in the road in front of him. He's on a screen with a big United States American flag. The hat with his hand up like this. Fight, fight, fight. Elon Musk with his hand up like this. Vote, vote, vote. President, the hat, to hold a rally in New York, Sunday, October 27, 2024, 5 p.m. Guys, now I don't know if anybody's heard this. Someone posted on TikTok that he has some rally coming up. I thought it was the 14th. That's today. But then he doesn't have anything else scheduled till the 25th, I think he said. Are we going to go into the 10 days of darkness today? I don't know. Oh, the first one I read, breaking news, Madison Square Garden. It says the hat and his running mate. So evidently they're going to be there. President the Hat is coming to Madison Square Garden in New York City. I don't know what this is. The Q News Patriot official. Remember the importance of T/30 window. All wars are won or lost in their last 30 days. All great battles are won or lost in their last 10 days. All great cultural people's movements fail to succeed based on maintenance of resilience levels over time and ability to field superior willpower at point of success. USA President Election 2024, we are in T-30. Final push of this campaign, Patriots before the real work begins, and it will be glorious. Remember, just before victory in any war, you always have the desire to give up. So I'm asking each and every one of you tonight, fight that desire, never have the desire to give up. It may look bleak coming into future days. It may look great coming into future days. But we've been together this long. Let's ride this puppy out to the end. That came from me. That wasn't something somebody made up. I don't even know what I said. If you asked me to say it again, I couldn't do it. I want to ask a question. I want to hear something here. I got to play something here, guys. Bear with me.
Mark, my gut feeling is screaming that I'm finally going to get to call this thing quits before we even get to Halloween. Things are just looking great right now. I am so beyond hopeful that we are in the very short side of this thing.
Did you guys hear that? Listen to what Mark Z has to say.
Mark, my gut feeling is screaming that I'm finally going to get to call this thing quits before we even get to Halloween. Things are just looking great right now. I am so beyond hopeful that we are in the very short side of this thing.
We're in the short hairs, buddies, girls. That's good. Here I had 333 set to send Ron today. I was just ready to picture 3:33, and my son come downstairs, started talking to me. I forgot to do it. So let's see what we have. This was the last thing Ron sent. It's about Iraq, I believe. This is from REINALDOJC at smooth SMOOTHREY. Iraq. OMG. Could this be our October surprise? Former director of the Financial Supervision Bureau, Salah Nouri, confirmed today the budget schedules are still with the executive authority, in parentheses, the government, and it is expected to be sent to the House of Representatives during the remainder of this October. OMG. The House of Representatives must approve the budget before the end of December 2024 in accordance with Financial Management Law number 6 of 2019. In other words, if Iraq is serious and not ducking around with misinformation news, then the rate has to change before the budget schedules get sent to the House of Representatives. The final approval during the remainder of this month, October. Oh my God. You know, I seen something the hat said the other day, and I wanted to share this with everyone because someone asked him the question about where we were going, what would he be doing? And he made the answer that when I'm back, I will have a talk with the man in that country. I will have a talk with him, and I will have a talk with the other one in the other country, and I will tell him this crap, he didn't say it that way, is going to stop now. Otherwise, you're going to reap what the United States will come in and do. It won't be sending you money. And they says to him, well, you know, Mr. President, Dopey just visited with a man in that country that rhymes with our good buddy Russ here. And he said, yeah, and did you see what happened? She went in and talked to him. And 3 days later, he put out a massive invasion on the other country. I guarantee you, had that been me and he did that, he would still be telling the world he was sorry. So I understand things are what they are, but, you know, I believe in him. Do I get aggravated with him? Oh, yeah. Do I talk to God a lot about him? Oh, yeah. But it is what it is, and he was chosen for this for a reason, guys. Now, I got this sent to me today. It's a very nice little emoji, but it says, quitting isn't in my DNA. Don't let it become part of yours. I'm going to ask you a question here, Margaret, Mike, Janet. Golden Arrow, Broken Project, or is it Broken Project? One Voice for You, Susie Q.
Is Margaret on?
Yes. All of you people that I just mentioned, everybody here, have you ever got so frustrated you say, I'm done? I'm walking away, I'm going to quit?
Some of the bears looking for
What?
So the Bears are looking for a long snapper.
I'll do that. But have you ever felt so frustrated? I mentioned Margaret's name, and I was ready to quit a long time ago. She wouldn't allow me. There's been other times. I talked to God one day, and I said, I got to have a signer. I'm done. I can't take no more. I walked in the door. I was having a hard time finding anything that day. I come down to Ron's to have lunch with him, and I open the door, and before he don't even say hi, he looks at me and says, man, have you checked your messenger? And I said, not for a while. Why? He said, I got you so much for the show, you don't have to worry. But it didn't stop there, because every day Ron is getting me whatever I need for the show. If Ron doesn't get it, one of you guys does. If some of you guys doesn't get it, I got people sending me stuff. I don't even know who they are. And I have no clue who they are. But just,
Tell them Terry Leather's story.
oh, I do have a story to tell. But what was the other thing you wanted me to say? Just before that.
The long snapper.
Huh?
The long snapper.
Margaret, have your grandson, have his agent contact the Chicago Bears if you haven't already done it. Their long snapper got hurt yesterday. On the very first snap he made for the punt, he made a perfect snap, but he got hurt, and they had to play the rest of the game with their tight end as their long snapper. So they may be looking for a long snapper. So tell your grandson to have his agent contact him. Here's something. You heard Mark Z, and then here's something. I don't know who it's from. It doesn't say. Tell them there is nothing normal happening right now. Tell them to beware and expect the unexpected. Tell them, listen, if I don't care about you, I certainly wouldn't be trying to prepare you for the strange and unusual. Tell them we all must be independently strong, and we will not be able to rely on what we do. And finally, tell them I offered a door into the unknown. Open the damned door without fear. You must exercise your free will. Okay, one other story I want to share with you guys. I've talked to you many times about the factory that Ron and myself worked in. When we worked there, we worked with a gentleman from Bradley, Illinois named Terry Leathers. Terry now lives in Florida. On Facebook yesterday, Terry posted, I went so-and-so in Florida. Driving back, which is usually about a 10-minute trip, I was in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I was averaging about 4 miles a minute. Four miles an hour as I'm driving. Yeah. I was averaging about 4 miles an hour, sometimes coming to complete stops. And normally this would just rip me up. I would be mad. I would be aggravated. But I seen what it was. I seen why there was so much commotion. There was so much commotion, not because of the construction on the road, but because so many trucks, cars, vans, anything you can figure to bring something was bringing support, water, food, blankets, clothing, everything. He said, God bless America. God bless the USA. Terry is a very religious man, but he's also a man that, just like everybody, you get frustrated. And I think sometimes the most frustrating things is to have and sit and wait on the side of the road. Guru Mountain Goat, I have to start with some really good news, actually some wow news. We can see the path now and is very clearly. So we finally learned that Iraq has met all its requirements to join the World Trade Organization, WTO. This does not make the RV intimate. All of these recent activities and events matter, and the RV is a product of all of these events. not a singular event in itself. The site is now in sight, and the writing is on the wall. RV highlights yesterday at 16:52. See what Judy has to say. I didn't realize I was this long into the show. Restored Republic via the GCR update as of Monday, 14th October 2024, compiled by Judy Byington, author, journalist, and of the 22 Faces Inside the Extraordinary Life of Jenny Hill and her 22 multiple personalities. Operation Stormbreaker, Thursday, Friday, October 24th, 25th, 2024, the greatest sting operation ever. Military units have been mobilizing worldwide for the coordinated strike to destroy the globalist power structure, global blackout and emergency broadcast system, EBS activation, normal communication will seek for the 10 days. It is only wise to have at least a month's supply of food, water, cash, medicine, essential items on hand for yourself, your family, to share with others in cases of emergency. She talks a lot about these tunnels that's underground. I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to get in trouble. Worldwide EBS alert boom is imminent. North Carolina Disaster Help. 2 women have launched a website to prioritize what donations centers actually need in Western North Carolina. On October 14, 2020, the United States Corporation Company filed a Chapter 11 involuntary bankruptcy in Northern District of Florida, bankrupting case number 20-40375. On Friday, 4 October 2024, saw the launch of the new quantum financial system QFS satellite. On Wednesday, 9 October 2024, BRICS 12 countries ditched the US dollar. Saturday, 12 October, Wolverine from all of my sources. This is a week we've been waiting for. Things are definitely moving. Sunday, the 13th, 2024, say goodbye to the United States Corporation tonight in 24 hours. President, the letter between P and R is going on Telegram. On 14th October, the BRICS summit, they are going to announce the 7 kingdoms along with a global currency reset. Monday, 14 October 2024, the old banking systems, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, and JP Morgan was expected to collapse with a QFS taking over stock as stock market crash. Wednesday, 16th October is designated celebration day for Iraq. All the day they will pay contractors in the new dinar rate. Thursday, 31st October 2024, letter between P and R. Clock will strike the 0-0 marker on Wednesday, November 20th. Nuremberg trials 2.0 begin. Brace yourself, the storm is upon us. Everything is looking great to either be done or right there on October 24 and 25. And then talks about the EBS and all the things like that. Guys, I want to thank everyone for coming out. We got 137 people at this time in the show. I thank each and every one of you. I hope you had a good time in chat. I'm glad that using this laptop, it's so much clearer, so much easier for me to see, and I can actually interact with you guys. It means a lot to me because when I was using my tablet, it was getting so bad I couldn't see, couldn't hardly see anything. And we haven't had any trouble, knock on wood. You know, I probably shouldn't have said that, but it is what it is. And I just want to thank everyone for being here, for putting your faith in Ron and myself, and for loving us as much as we love you. We are a family. And, you know, maybe that's one of the songs we should start playing maybe halfway through the show, I should play the song "We Are Family," and we are. And with that, good night. God bless. I'll see you before if something happens. If not, watch for these little videos I'm going to be putting out, and I'll be back Wednesday night. Jimmy, I will answer your stuff. Linda, I will write you in a little bit. Tricia, I will write you, and anybody else who needs written, let me know, and I'll write them. Good night. God bless. We love you all.